Okay.
Might just be me.
I'll be here a bit later.
I'm sure we'll be here later after we crate that, right?
Yes, I'm gonna be with you guys till you're halfway created, and then I'm gonna come here.
Okay, Sharon to the live group.
Up top there.
Sharing to the Discord. I have to find
Did
it.
you get a job?
I am Stacy's assistant.
I see.
I am now in charge of Discord.
Okay, so this went soupy creamy. This is stuff that was creamy, and now it got thin again, and it's soupy creamy. It's like ice cream melted.
There's your chat.
All right.
Are we live?
We're live.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure we're live.
Are you sure you're sure?
I'm fairly certain. that
Whoa,
we're
people
live.
are on there.
Yep.
Like there's people talking to us.
Hello, can they hear me?
They can hear you.
Say avocado if you can hear me. Type the word avocado.
Good choice of word.
Aloha, yes?
Hi, Cora. We got to say our hello to everybody.
That's true. That's true. And we got to show this for
Can
Tom
Can you
Chat
make
to
that
live
chat bigger?
Hang on.
I haven't seen it. There's avocado.
Avocado.
Live chat.
Advocato.
And then make your window big. Yeah, that should be full screen because these people get chatty. Okay, so the microphone is over here. This is a bigger space, so we're a little bit echoey.
That's true.
Okay, well, I'm going to drop it down. It's just a little high.
All right. Romper room. Here we go.
All right. Hello, Jennifer. Pew, pew, pew. Scuba Steve. Ike Camacho. Tom Everard. Cora. Rob O'Brien. Resurrected Costumes. Monkey Strap. Michael J. Lassiter. Mimi. Sean Fenner. Fieldwalker Masks. Stanley S. Ike Camacho. Masato K. Cora. Edson Glutes.
Icy monster.
And I See Monsters. It's been a long time. Ross Richard. I think I said that right. I forget every couple of months, then I remember. And Tom Singer, John Sheffield, Jordan. I don't know which Jordan that is. Mike Cherzg. June Ritchie, Poison Sumac, Cat Swift. There's so many. There's so many. Oh my gosh, y'all are here. Dang. Mike Manning.
Hi, Tom Singer. First live stream. Glad you're with us.
Hello. Hello. All right, so this is a different setup than I'm used to. It's a much bigger room. So there's going to be, and we haven't done this in a while. I'm going to warn you, this is not us. When I logged on, it made me pick ads. And it was like conservative, standard, or a lot. So I put conservative. So at some point, YouTube is going to play an ad. I guess they do that for live streams now. I did not have an option to deny it. So there you go.
Sorry about it, guys.
Right.
We missed you. We've been
missed
talking about this
y'all.
all day.
Yes. It's very hard to get these guys to come to work. However,
Yeah.
on a live day, here they all are.
Ah. So hard to get us to work.
Hey, it's Mario. Hey, Mario.
Mario.
Hi, Mario.
Howdy. Can they see what I'm doing? Yeah.
Thank you, Masato. $2. Let's
Wow,
do
look
this.
at that.
Let's
I didn't
double
have to
do
show
this.
any leg or nothing.
This time.
Hello, Robert. Hello. So we have, we were asked by Chicago Haunt Builders. They have some kind of a gathering, I think, in January. Maybe it's a secret, and I shouldn't be saying this. I don't know. Because they talked to my wife. But I got to meet a lot of them last year at Trans World. I had breakfast with them, and they're just awesome people. And
but they asked for some masks for an event that they're having. And I want to make weird stuff, so it's a chance to make some weird stuff. Masato, thank you very much for the monetary contribution. We shall forever sing your praises.
John C. says, hey, it's Rue. Hello, Rue.
That is Rue. You know Rue.
Poison Sumac says, it's worth it to see y'all and neat stuff. Rob O'Brien says, hey, Rue's wife, Stacy. No wife tonight, just me. Stunt
Yeah,
wife.
wife is at home. I'll tell you guys, can you guys hear me okay? I know it's a little bit echoey because it's a giant room. We're working on that actually. January, me and my wife and a partner purchased Dark Hour, this haunt. So that really kind of changed life a little bit. And we got away from live streaming, but it helped me get a staff, which allowed me to pick up YouTube again. So you'll notice that on YouTube, you know, on Stiltby Studios page, we were doing YouTube Wednesdays, you know, the whole time. So, you know, that's a positive. But I was not able to do lives because, you know, something had to give a little bit time-wise. But now, I think that we have a handle on it and we're able to do lives again.
Cora says, I just want to say thank you to the whole team for helping me to get better at making large-scale items. I love y'all and hope to see you at Transworld.
And we're still doing YouTube. I have met my 1 year of a video every week. I did that. Probably gonna do a video every 2 weeks, maybe one every 3 weeks, because that's a bit of a hectic pace. So.
Masato K says, missed you guys. I need to make stuff.
Yes, you do.
Hockey79 says, good evening, y'all. It's amazing to see you guys live again. No mulled wine tonight?
No, well, no. The wife is not here. I think it's possible that we could have some at some point, but
I support this plan.
maybe on a future live, because we did spend the time and energy to get a live set up for in here. So there's a big TV above this door for comments.
Ooh, ah.
You know, so that's your comments. And then we don't have all the cameras set up, so we have just this one forehead cam, we'll call it.
We also have this camera. Hang on.
This
This
that's
is
right.
the-
That's the detail
The
camera.
close-up camera. There's an Alex over here as well.
Yeah.
So should we need to see things close, we can do that over here. And now we're back in the main show.
I'm trying to. Yeah, that's what I'm working on. And I'm just trying to figure out if what I'm working on is in frame.
Robert Bryan says, damn your doppelganger voice, Stacy. Edson Glute says, I made music today.
When someone with the last name Glutes say that they made music, I assume beans or cabbage is involved. What kind of music did you make?
He sent me a Beetlejuice Sings the Holiday Hits bit. Mimi says, feels good to see you guys again. Some of my favorite times were winter of 2021 watching the late night live streams.
Hey, if you had a good time in 2021, then we did something right.
Yeah. Ezekiel Bradshaw says, look at this motley looking crew back live.
Hello, Ezekiel.
Hi, Ezekiel.
Jennifer Pew 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 asked, how was Krampusnacht for everyone?
Mellow. Did not do a lot. We have a big event coming up this weekend. We have our Dark Winter Market this weekend. And then next weekend we're open.
Where are you at?
For our, you guys can turn your radios down. Next weekend we are open for our Wreck the Halls Haunted House. And then, so we're open the 16th, and then we're open again on the 30th? What's the other day?
Yeah, 16th and the 30th.
Yeah.
Michael Lassiter says, I don't know if it's the way the space looks or the sound, but this is giving me your old house garage vibe.
I could fit about
It's both.
8 of my house garages in here.
Rob O'Brien says, hey, Alex.
Hi.
Cora says, I spotted a wild roo. Steve Zalman says, oh no, Alan has a chance to read our comments. Everybody be on best behavior.
I can actually read these comments if I apply myself, but
I can read.
But that's why he has me.
since it is Stacy's job, I will let Stacy read the comments.
John C. says, you need a little kitchen next door so someone can bring surprise cookies. Ooh, Alan.
I
you
have
oughta-
cookies.
Or Alex, you ought to show him your cookies.
Alex made cookies for the show. So.
Wait, I want to see redo this one.
Right. Needs to be a little
Cookies
bit
coming
drier
later.
before I put this together.
Lanny Williams says, hey, Alan and all. Michelle Schulte says, good evening, everyone. Good to see you.
Hello, hello.
Hockey79 says, your live streams are therapeutic. So happy to see you guys. Edson says his music that he made was holiday parody. No toots yet.
Hooray.
Rob O'Brien says, don't forget to hit that like button.
Many lyrics can be punctuated with a well-placed toot.
Ike Camacho says, my wife heard Alan's voice in the background and says, oh God, you're going to be in there for a while. On the
Hello,
pot.
Ike Camacho's wife.
Jennifer Pugh asked, did Alex cook the cookies on her dashboard?
He's in the
Not
bathroom.
these.
These ones.
You're gonna be in there for a while.
John C says, the helmet has horns in this shot. Because the
Uh-oh.
horns are right behind it.
Oh yeah, we got more to the
The
back.
horns have been spotted. Boy,
So this is
takes
the
more.
base of the mask I'm working on right now.
The scarecrow.
Yeah, SKAIR.
Or something like that.
It's spelled weird.
Yeah.
But this is the base mask. I'm putting it on a helmet.
Melissa Lair says, hey crew, so glad to see you. I see my plea for love time didn't fall on deaf ears.
Right.
We're happy to be back. Sean Fenner says, had fun working with you for the replacement event at this past Trans World.
Yeah. So these are not cowls. These are cowls.
There's that one.
I need to ask Alex.
Beth Williams says, sound glad to see everyone live. Woohoo! It's includes his new meaning to the little drummer boy.
I'm putting a cowl on this.
We made cowls for the show.
No, I made extra cows. Alex, what cows do you need for the show? How many Crompus cows do you need? There's 2 white ones, and there's several gray ones. So 2 whites, no. 4 grays? 1, 2, 3,
3 grays and a white.
4. I'll take this.
Caroline Boland says, hello everyone, glad you're back live.
We're back.
Mrs. CB says, wow, congratulations on the Dark Hour acquisition.
Thank you. Yeah, life works out weird sometimes.
All right, let's see, come to the close-up camera. All right, these are Alex's cookies.
Yay, cookies.
Ta-da!
And what are they made with?
Loctite.
I'm so proud.
Loctite cookies. These weigh nothing. Like, and she's got Velcro on the back of them, so we can put them on, or snaps on the back of them, so we can put them on costumes. Very exciting. Edson Glued says, wasn't Bug supposed to be here?
He's here.
Bug is flying right now.
I have no idea.
And actually, we're going to post a video on Patreon of Bug on the flyer rig. Jennifer Pugh says, do I hear people screaming?
You shouldn't unless things go awry. You might hear sliders.
Yeah.
We have slider practice
Go
going
back to
on,
the main show.
and we have flyer practice going on.
If you can hear people screaming, that mic's really good.
Edson Glue says, I still want one. The cookies. Cora says, Loctite legit needs to sponsor Still Beast.
They do.
June Ritchie says, Alan challenged me to make a Dalek to go with the TARDIS that I made earlier this year. I figured out how to do it, and it was great at Halloween.
I love that.
Rylan Burdett says, Loctite cookies.
It's the best.
I sharpened the blade and then I set it down. So here it is.
They're so light. The lightest cookies ever.
Half the calories.
Half the calories. Yeah.
So yeah,
You only have to eat them once.
because you'll die.
Because you'll die. Yeah.
Gluten free, dairy free,
That's right, nut free.
all of the above.
Gluten free Loctite cookies.
Most poison is gluten free.
Most poison is gluten free. Sage words. All right, come on.
I'm just happy to be live with people.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
All right, so that's the
first mask I'm doing, and I'm going to do two, so I'm going to grab another head for him.
Do you have your second one picked out already?
No.
Okay, we'll grab it.
Go grab me one.
Sean Fenner says, will you be vending or teaching at East Coast Haunters Convention?
I will be at East Coast Haunters Convention, and I believe that I'll be teaching at East Coast Haunters Convention. Right now, I am wading my way through Transworld and figuring that out, because that's March. East Coast is April, May, one of them.
Let's check the calendar.
Yeah. We have shows.
John sees they stick to the roof of your mouth.
Shows
Like
are
Tech
fun.
cookies have gluten. But
I would eat one. Like I would take a bite.
for science,
Loctite to me looks delicious.
it does look delicious.
It looks
It's-
so white.
It's the
fluffy.
forbidden marshmallow fluff.
Yeah, I do want to bite it.
Brian Lippert says hello, everyone. Ed Seglue says Alan was cheesing it.
I was just happy.
Ross Richard says, where's our beloved Keeb Weebs? He might be working, y'all.
Might be in between his log on drive and then log on again.
Right. Cat Swift says, Stacy, update us on how all the fams are doing. We've so missed all of you. Fam is good. Gray is away at college, but will be coming back tomorrow. And is actually going to be in our Christmas show, Wreck the Halls. Very exciting. All the other kids are out living their best lives, which is fantastic. Josh Newman says hi.
Hello, Josh Newman.
The other Newman. Creative Doof says, so glad to catch a live stream from you guys. Hello. I don't catch the cold bug. I'm still sick at the moment.
Well, it's not that you haven't caught a live stream. We haven't done a live stream in a while.
Terrapin?
Terrapin. Okay, it's been a while.
Casper says, college. Yup. 18 and living her best life at Texas State.
So this one needs a helmet also.
We got those. Oh, they're disappearing quick. Yeah, the stack.
Oh, no. Nothing but net. Hey, and we've summoned him from the ether. Cobwebs and candlesticks. Bam! I have arrived. You may rejoice.
Hello, Cobwebs. How are you?
Hey, Keeb Weebs.
Jingle bells of screams are complete.
Woo!
It is.
How are the practices going?
They're good. I checked on them all.
So guys, this is Teddy back there. That's Teddy.
Hi.
You guys know Rue, and this is Alex. In case you don't know Alex,
That's Robert.
That's Robert.
The other.
You've probably seen them show up in YouTube Wednesday videos if you watch YouTube Wednesday. And if you don't, then how did you get here? Kind of a weird club we're in.
Edson says, I'm really sorry I missed the whole gang at Greeley this year.
Yeah, and I don't think that Monster Day is in the cards for me this year.
Yeah, it's a drag. Cora says, a coworker wanted to touch Loctite I was working with for my tombstones. I told her it's super sticky and I don't suggest it since it hasn't cured yet. She put her hands down. She FAFO'd fast.
FAFO'd.
F around and find out.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay, got it. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. Mimi says, do you guys teach stilt walking at any conventions? Hell's Gate was looking for some stilt walkers this year and I was looking at taking a class.
No, we do classes here because we have such a great facility. At some point, we might go live with a mobile setup and then give you guys a run around of different areas, but we do not do mobile stilt classes at this time.
Cora said she regretted it instantly, to my humor. I warned her. Rylan Burdett says, hey Stacy, I got to staple money to one of your sideshow friends. Oh yeah, Rylan, who? Hockey79 says, I'm thinking of making a sock mask Krampus half mask. Do you recommend doing this or using a Santa hood instead?
We're using a what?
A sock mask instead of for a half mask? Do you recommend doing a sock mask or using a Santa hood?
I always like sock masks. I mean, I always like sock masks are great.
You can always put a hood on it afterwards.
Yeah.
Cowboy says, hiya Big, Stacy, Rue, Ross, Mimi, and all.
There's a bunch.
Hedson says, yeah, that's what you said last year.
Well, I know, but this year I mean it. I'm gonna be financially responsible.
Probably. Michael Astor says, Teddy! Rylan Burdett's Janie Slash. Yeah, all right. That's my my former sideshow partner. I taught her everything she knows.
The wonder she's still alive.
I know. It's magical. She's fantastic. Cobweb says he's as good as he gets. Edson, when Rue comes back, I'll tell him you like his shirt.
Cobwebs, you're doing a lot of amazing skull stuff right now. I'm really digging it.
Listen, just about everything I've seen you post in that group is fantastic.
This is where we wait for contact cement to dry.
Trying to keep on top of the closed captioning for this, guys. Let me know if I'm not catching it in time. If we don't talk for a couple of seconds, it pauses.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
it auto pauses.
Well, it's your job to talk
I'm-
every, 45 seconds.
Oh no, whatever shall I do? Thank you, Cora.
That is
Sent
awesome.
us a super chat of $1. Much appreciated.
Thank you much. They say every dollar counts. They're talking about me. And they must have run a haunted house at some point in their life. And that's how they came up with that.
Melissa Lair says, are you guys making a new themed line for Transworld this year? The insects and plants were awesome last year.
We are working on things for Transworld. We have to get through the hurdle of Christmas first. I have a designated schedule of what has to happen when. So we will be doing that after we get through our holiday show. Last one of those is December 30th.
Edson Glute says, ALEXA, set a 5-minute timer.
I'm just gonna watch it.
Cora says, take all my money, a worthy cause.
I will.
We're working on it. Exciting stuff is happening.
You know what they say, if you want to make a small fortune in the haunted house business, start with a large one.
Mm-hmm. Creative Doof says, I still want to use Loctite for one of my light-up jack-o'-lanterns. He's made of hard plastic and he's deteriorating due to age.
You can either reinforce them on the inside, that way he would be a mold, or you could reinforce them on the outside, but you'll get more detail if you do it on the inside. I'm just kind of cutting the edge off. There's like a 90-degree corner on these guys. And when they're put together, I like to Dremel them. I don't like to Dremel anything, but I Dremel them. But cutting it off with a knife is just as good.
Slightly faster, not as hard on the microphone.
Yeah, and you look less like a coal miner.
Yeah. Come out just totally dusted. There's a bug. We see a bug. Edson asked, is the reason you're not going to Greeley because I didn't purchase a sweet mask this year?
Yes, no. It's a long haul for us, and that is a very busy time of year for the haunt. And if I look at everything that I do and where money comes in, income stream wise, I have to focus on haunt and not what is really fun. Luckily, haunt is pretty dang fun.
Hockey79 asks, what are you making?
So I'm making 2 masks for the Chicago Haunt Builders. They're having some kind of an event, and I think these will be prizes, is my guess.
Rue, Edson says he likes your shirt.
Ah,
And also hi, bug.
crap was bent.
So we've got this weekend, Saturday,
Saturday,
our Dark Market,
Dark Winter Market,
Dark Winter Market at dark hour.
and it's a place where we've got like over 40 vendors
Yeah.
who are, local artists who make things and unique Christmas gifts.
Like us.
Yeah, like a lot of us are making things.
Edson Glute says it just makes sense for the financial end. Creative Doof says I should probably reinforce them on the outside. The opening is small on the bottom and meant for a light bulb, so outside might be a better option. Plus, I can either spray paint it or acrylic paint it.
Yes.
For the aging jack-o'-lantern, assuming
Yes.
blow mold kind of one. Cobweb says the CHB shindig. I have to send in some items.
Yeah. They're hitting us all.
Da, 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 da,
We're live.
da,
It's so
da,
crazy.
da, da.
I haven't
Exciting
done this
to be
in
back.
forever.
It's been a hot minute.
Don't you dare start setting up a new spot. I just need off to work.
Clean this off and set with Robert a second
I
ago.
just moved all that stuff over.
Guys, we're live.
Fight at home.
This is home.
Cora says, with your inspiration and love of Loctite, I recently made a gingerbread house facade for our break room at work. Loctite makes fantastic, realistic-looking icing.
Yes, yes, yes. We do a lot of, we just did a, I can't say it's going to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
We did a thing.
Yes,
It's the same using now.
we added snow bits, but it does look like good icing too.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Diane Terrace says, hi, Ruth.
You hear that, Rue? Someone said hello to you.
Who's that, hello?
Diane Parrish.
Oh, hello.
This is
Cat
ready.
Swift asks, Alan, how's your neck feeling? Any more problems with it? You sure scared
Neck
us
is
all.
good. Ever since they sewed my head back on, I'm good. Yeah, truly. Neck is good. That was 2 years ago. I had surgery on my neck. And last Halloween, I ended up having jaw surgery. This Halloween, no surgery.
Yay!
So it was good.
Edson Glutes says, do a little dance, sing a little song. Doo-doo-doo-da. Kay Williams says, the CHB shindig. I'll be at that. Can't wait to see what they are.
Well, you'll get I hope this wasn't supposed to be a surprise. I ruined it. I have no idea.
I feel like they have to tell you that, right?
Yeah. My notes did not say surprise. So I was actually a little bit, I'm happy to hear that they have Loctite in Hawaii,
Yeah.
because I know that that's a little bit outside of some transit loops.
Scott Creighton says, hello, creepers. Hope everyone's doing well. Jennifer Pugh says, I hate it when I have to get my head sewed back on. Edson Glute says, yay, no surgeries. Ezekiel says, can you talk to the powers that be about getting Loctite in the third world?
Did they just call Hawaii third world?
I think it's Ezekiel, so he probably means
They
Australia.
don't have Loctite in the UK, and they get very upset, because every time I do something out of Loctite that's cool, I get very polite, angry words from people.
In the UK.
Cobweb says, God, I feel a Monty Python moment coming on.
Ezekiel, can you get Loctite?
It seems like maybe no. Melissa Lair says, anyone talk about that sweet Beastman mask Alan made recently? I'm interested in when that goes into production.
Beastman is the best. He makes me very happy. All right. so
Cora
this-
says, I definitely buy it by the case here. Cobweb says, sewing sucks, super glue it back on. Listen,
I'm sitting right
I'm
here.
right here. Hockey79 says, gonna sign off and spend some family time. It was great to pop in and have some personal conversation. Love you guys.
Hooray!
Fabulous to see you. Ezekiel says, no Loctite here.
That sings.
Rylan Burdette says, I saw some of your work at Netherworld again this year. It's cool seeing it in action.
Yeah, they normally scoop up some stuff from us.
Do you guys remember the Terror Pin mask? This was when we sculpted one alive, roughly a million years ago.
Another one of those rare masks that never actually made it to the website, really.
Michael Lassiter says, is Rue in timeout? He isn't speaking. Cora says, Loctite your head back on. I'm sure it would work. Edson Glued says, no fires tonight, Mr. Rue.
Oh, I'm so high. Wow, that was a lot. Woo!
Creative Doof says, Chozo mask. For the Metroid fans, you might get the reference.
Yeah, this is a giant, like, alligator snapping turtle. Let's just say this is in honor of Godzilla -1. We're gonna do a little Gamera action.
Living on the Bluff says, hello, I love all your Loctite creations. Good stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, this is the Turlo mask.
Rylan Burdett says, is that the mask you turned into Gamera?
It is. Gamera is really neat. He is full of turtle meat.
We've been eating Gamera. Cobweb says, I have the Terrapin. Cora says, Loctite, now safe for medical procedures.
Alex, could you make this black? I see a turtle and I want to paint it black.
Dead Name Cutie says, hi, Mom. Is that, are you one of Bug's spawn? Throw something at the lady in the back. Is Dead Name Cutie is one of your kiddos?
Oh, it's Morgan, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Hi, Morgan. Ezekiel says, we tried eating the Loctite cookie.
Well, every now and then I break a piece of cured Loctite and it sounds like an Olive Garden breadstick. It's like, I bet that would be tasty.
Mimi says, we had some snow on Halloween here. It kind of made things more creepy.
Wow, fun.
Creative Doof says, the last mask looked like a bird mask.
Yes. Yeah, it does look a little bit like a bird.
Cora says, can a tropical project be in the future for summer features? I'd keep it up all year long.
A tropical project. Like a YouTube Wednesday project or like a Loctite project?
Maybe we need Loctite palm trees.
So I'll say it here, but the next witch
Yeah.
is going to be a South American witch.
Ooh, all right.
Olmec, which is
Okay.
yeah.
Pre-Columbian, yeah.
There's none of them left, so no one can complain. So,
Mimi says, never saw snow that early in the year before moving to Illinois. Cobweb says, I got 2 inches of snow on Halloween, but that's normal. Dead Name Cutie says, it's B, love you, Bug, and I wish I could be out there. Edson says, funny looking duck mask.
duck.
Cora says it should be both. It could be a YouTube Wednesday or just a project. Or Loctite palm trees, yes. Ezekiel says 4 days in a row, 100 plus, send me snow.
yeah, because you're in summer. We were a lovely, like 65 today.
Mm-hmm. Cobweb says old mics are cool. Jennifer Pugh says my black cat is watching with me.
Hello. What is your black cat's name? Is it Onyx? What's another good name for a black cat?
Jet.
Onyx? 8 Ball? Don't name cat 8 Ball.
Cat 8 Ball. That's for,
I
that's for a white cat.
By a cat named 8 Ball.
Yeah.
My cat
It's just, a white cat.
I thought we're for either a black or a white cat.
JH says, this is what I needed. There's been too many Christmas vibes in the world recently.
Dog, that was a good one.
I'm not, yeah.
Her name is Knox.
We did.
Nice.
That's a good one.
We did a walkthrough today of the sound and lights of our Christmas show this morning. And it was reconfirmed that I hate fun because a lot of it was very fun. And I'm like, "Rah."
Sean Fenner says, sad not to see you at Legendary Haunt Tour, but you were correct. Haunted Overload was the Halloweeniest place I've ever been.
You know what? I love it. The Texas Ranger said I couldn't come. So we are in Dallas, Texas is very close to where the Texas Rangers are. It's kind of Dallas's team, basically. And they went to the World Series. When a team goes to the World Series, those games are always on Halloween time. So people will say, do I want to stay home and watch the World Series for free? Or do I want to spend money and take my family to a haunted house? They stay home. So we did not have an amazing season. We had a decent season.
That last weekend was rough.
But yes, on nights that we should have had 6,000 people, we had less than 2,000 people because of the Rangers. I don't want to wish anyone ill, but I hate them.
Sean Fenner says, side note idea for Loctite project, Loctite Godzuki?
So in the Godzilla cartoon, the child of Godzilla, who I don't know that its gender was ever specified, was Godzuki.
Okay,
In the Godzilla cartoon
got it.
from the 70s. However, in the movies, Toho, there was Godzilla had a son who looked like the Pillsbury Doughboy without the hat, whose name was Minya, and Minya blew smoke rings. Godzuki looked like a shorter, chubbier Godzilla.
Okay. More black cat name suggestions. Nero, Tuxedo. Edson Glutz says my black cat's name is Meow.
So you have to name a tuxedo cat. We have a tuxedo cat named Tuxedo. My wife named that one.
Good old Tux. I love Tux.
Yeah, Tux is a good cat.
Needs to get our gentleman cat.
He's a very gentleman. Cora says, I have a room here if you and the wife ever wanted to visit for vacation. I feel you need one.
That sounds amazing.
Creative Doof says, yeah, we don't miss summer over here. 80 plus days of hot weather, no thanks. Also, I'm acclimating a stray black cat. His name is McCavity.
Hey, got it. I had a friend with a black cat named Void. I thought that was a good name for a
Yeah.
black cat.
Creative Doof says, I think McCavity is slowly getting used to being an indoor kitty. Jennifer Pugh says, baseball is lame. Kay Williams says, that's just silly decision making for people.
It is.
Melissa Lair says, blah, blah, sports ball.
Yeah, and the more children you have, the more likely you are to choose staying home and watching.
Yeah.
All right. Set up.
Cobweb says, except the Cubs. One of my favorite jokes from, not that I have any particular animus towards the Cubs, but from Mystery Science Theater 3000, the movie, was like looking at Earth through the space station that they're in, and it goes, oh look, you can see the Cubs losing from here. Rob O'Brien says, the one thing I miss with this setup is the pets. Yeah.
We could probably convince someone to wear a suit or something. That would.
I thought for a second you were going to say, we could probably bring the pets in someday. I was like, no, we can't.
All three of my dogs is like 350 pounds of dog, and they don't like car rides especially. And we're about an hour away from home, so probably a nay-nay.
Warmonger says, hello everyone, hope all are doing well.
What's that?
Warmonger says, hello everyone, hope all are doing well.
We are doing great.
Melissa Lair asks, how are the floofs?
The flukes are lovely.
Cobwebs, there's only 85 years between pennants.
Yeah, that's all.
Ezekiel says, Rue's a pet. We're all
no.
trained monkeys. Like,
No, Rue has his own home. Rue's not even a dependent. You're not even a dependent.
Only because you won't add me.
oh, now there's an idea. Rob O'Brien says, or send it over live to Shannon in the field with the floofs.
Well, that's a possibility. If we ever learn how to do that technology. I guess you could. You could do share my screen,
Yep,
but Shannon would have to know how to do that.
that's true. We'll have to set it up over there. We'll send one of us out to the to the house with Shannon.
Yeah.
Edson Glutz says, wasn't that where the Blues Brothers said their address was, the Cubs Stadium? Cora,
They were from Chicago.
yeah, Cora asked, did any of the staff participate in the wedding that happened, dressed up and such? It looked beautifully haunting.
I think we did have, well, they were both actors who work here, so yes, staff did participate in the wedding. Did they do characters for the wedding?
We had actors in the graveyard, no? No? Mhm.
That was
They were
the first wedding we had.
zombies.
after.
Right?
Well, they were.
Yeah, they did makeup and stuff.
We didn't staff actors.
Oh Yeah, Rob says we could set it up on the stream deck. We just have to coordinate. We'll get it
Have
figured
to
out.
learn how to do that.
Creative Doof says Void is a funny name for a black cat, but that must be fun to find them in a dark room, especially when they stare back and the light reflects from their eyes.
Yeah.
Kay Williams says I came on a little late. Is this the location where your monster camps are held?
Yes, this is, if I turn the camera just a little bit, you can see the Monster Camp sign and tilt it back. See, that says Monster Camp.
Ta-da.
So, yes.
And there's a wild bug back there.
A wild bug. Jennifer Pugh says, yeah, that wedding looked awesome. Cora says that's even better, that they were actors here. Cobwebs, did you look that up, or did you just know that address?
Alex, what you doing?
Waiting to see these, and then I'm going home.
Cobweb says, I've seen the Blues Brothers at least 100 times. Well, there you go.
That you touch feels sticky.
Oh, thanks.
I know these things, yeah.
I'm now beveling the edges of my foams when I put them on. It's not like a solid.
I like it. Sean Fenner asks, any thoughts on expanding Monster Camp classes to prop or set building?
Yes. We're actually adding one for this summer because we have, an airbrush lab is only one day. So we're gonna do an airbrush lab on Saturday and a corpsing class on Sunday.
Nice.
So, we'll cover several different types of corpsing, and everybody who does the class will get to take a skeleton home with them.
Nice. Ezekiel says, finally, a movie worth talking about.
Princess Bride!
Robert Bryan apparently used to live 3 stops from there in Chicago. Cobweb says a group 15 minutes south of Chicago. South Chicago. What's the, what do you think is the movie that you quote the most?
I probably quote Princess Bride the most.
Yeah,
Willow?
I quote Willow a lot too,
yeah.
but it's the same quotes over and over. It's like
Yeah.
2 quotes.
Yeah, yeah. Out of the way, Pat. And the brownies.
Does peck mean something terrible in the language of India?
I have no idea.
Because I said that to someone of Indian descent, and boy were they mad.
Oh no.
So I have to find someone who speaks that language. I assume it's not called Indian.
Kay Williams says, my goal is to get to a camp in 2024 and maybe even an airbrush lab.
Is it called Indian? Do they speak Indian? Is that the name of the language?
I don't. I think they speak a couple of different languages in India.
Okay,
It's-
because
it's
if you mean
different.
like nag.
Different types.
Oh.
But, yeah, it's not.
I would say that we have one language here, but that's not true.
Yeah, untrue.
I have a hard time understanding people from deep Louisiana.
Go to bed. Y'all from Shreveport? Resurrect. Costume says, a corpse skeleton will follow you home. Dead Name Cutie says, if I only wasn't in Arizona, I want to play with y'all. That sounds so fun.
Well, that's, they have planes.
It's true.
You could come here.
Michael Astor says, out of the way, Peck. Cobwebs of Candlestick says, my auntie got to go to take free stuff from the mall they trashed after filming the Blues Brothers. Nice. Dead Name Cutie says, I have a skeleton named Danny that we keep around. He totally counts as a friend.
That's right.
Ezekiel says, I'll Google it.
But can you list them as a dependent on your taxes?
Tom Everard says, have fun storming the dark hour.
That's right.
Hindi, Melissa Lara says. What they speak in India.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, there you go, that's good.
Edson Glute says, try talking to folks from the upper UP. Isn't that like ATM machine, the upper UP? The UP is the upper peninsula.
Yes.
Cora says, Transworld's the #1 priority on my list to attend, but still these classes are a high second.
However, There's the UP.
And then there's the upper UP. Okay. I'll allow it.
Well, even at fair, there's completely different classes if you are in Northern England or Southern England.
Yeah.
On speaking and accent.
Lots of places up in North.
You know what's funny, Stacy?
What?
Here I am, bevel cutting all these.
Without the bevel, do you want me to go get it?
Nah.
Too late now.
We just
I'm-
got a really cool tool.
I'm too old to learn new things.
Yeah. Austin Denny says they talk normal in the UP. This is no Upper Michigan. Ezekiel says, what was that word? What was the word again? I don't know.
Peck, peck,
Peck.
peck, P-E-C, peck, or P-E-C-K.
It's like I'm calling somebody back.
Oh yeah, do you know how many classes you're teaching at Transworld this year?
3.
3 classes at Transworld. So yeah, if you're gonna be at Transworld anyways, might as well 2 birds, 1 stone.
Come see me.
So what are you doing with your beveled EVA?
I'm just making these look a little more organic. I'm gonna put these on the side of this guy to kind of change the head shape, make it a little more roostery.
Nice. Austin Denny says, Alan, if you come back to see me again in Michigan, I will, where did it go? She deleted it. Jennifer Pugh says, have you guys thought about when/if the Transworld Creeper meetup will be?
Stacy, have we thought about that?
We have not.
There you go.
I guess that's the thing I need to get moving on, huh?
Yeah.
I don't, I feel like the place we were in last time was pretty okay size-wise. I don't think we need to scale that
Austin,
up
if
yet.
I come back and see you, then I'm gonna want to get some milkshakes.
Yeah. Creative Dude says, my dad has Bob. Bob is a skeleton that's had a few adventures, and he has Bobette now. Last I saw of Bobette, she was trying to run over Bob with a tractor.
Happens.
That
Austin
happens.
took me to a place that had 32-ounce milkshakes.
Nice.
I only drank 4 or 5 of them.
John
You
Hayes
milkshakes, man. Oh my.
says, hello from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Cora
You
says,
just made
bet.
my guts crumble just thinking that.
Rob O'Brien asks, is it too late to submit my Transworld class?
No. It's not.
Good night, Tom Singer.
Good night, Tom.
Gray Hawkins says, hi.
Hello, Gray.
Mom Mare, it's me. You come home tomorrow. Very excited to see you. For the 10 minutes I'm going to see you before we leave to go to Alabama.
So, Gray, I want you to know that because for some reason, I see your posts on Facebook. Like, Facebook's decided I should see whatever it is you post. And, because I don't scroll. I post stuff and I look at my groups, but I don't really scroll, but you're always there. Maybe you post too much, or a lot. I'm not saying too much. Maybe you post more than most people. But anyway, I see a lot of your stuff. And you have taught me that I'm really out of touch with the youth. Like, you're teaching me that I am old.
The Ute.
Yeah.
It is known.
It's like, I don't even know, like, is that computer code? Like, I have no idea what language it is sometimes.
Cora says, it's 3 p.m. here and still daylight. It's being so hard removed from my haunt friends, I'm not going to lie. It's the thing I miss the most. Yeah, that's rough. John Hay says, question, how do you go about making foam rubber appliances without having the special oven that's used by professionals?
Well,
Nope. I don't know if we should answer this. We have a special oven too, but,
yeah, we have an oven. We're good talking through it.
well, we are currently, so, at the moment, foam latex is kind of hard to get. At least our regular supplier doesn't have what we used to get. So we kind of had a moment that I went to make some foam latex stuff today, and we didn't have the ingredients. So we started doing something a little bit different. They're, BJB Materials makes this product called, it's TC266, and it is a foam.
It's a very soft foam.
Yeah,
And on their website, it says you can use it for prosthetics.
fantastic. Awesome. Glad you looked that up, Alan.
I did.
So, we are currently using it in our regular prosthetic molds, and it is just a two-part that you mix together, and you put it into your two-part molds, and it expands and makes a prosthetic that you can use. Now this,
Show them the two-part mold so they can understand it,
yeah, okay.
where the foam is the void.
Doesn't have actually that. That we have a outer mold where you have your sculpt, whatever you sculpted into it, and then a face, and the face actually fits into the mold so that when the foam expands, it directly fits that face. And that's one way to do prosthetics without using an oven at all.
Exciting stuff.
There we go.
Mimi says, I might have to take a flight to Texas for the stilt walking lab.
See if this
We tried to pair them, so, you know, we might do a stilt walking lab on a Saturday or Sunday, and then do an airbrush lab, so that that weekend there's something to do, you know.
Crypts says, good evening, I'm late to your show. Hello, Crypts.
Hey, Crips, good to hear from you. I'm just glad we're alive.
Yeah.
It has been too long.
Austin Denny says, oh, I can't believe you remember the shakes. He drank 2 in 5 minutes, no brain freeze.
Yeah, I don't get brain freeze. For that, you need a brain.
Edson says, Gray, Alan has a 50-pound sack of cotton balls waiting for you when you come back.
Yeah.
Gray says, what do you have questions about? Also, I saw you call me a wet rat.
I did not call you a wet rat. You said you looked like a wet rat. I posted a picture of a wet rat. That's all. I don't necessarily have questions. It's just that sometimes there's people you mention as if I should know who they are, and I don't. And there's a language to people your age, and I don't know it. And that's probably for the best.
Sean Fenner says, I submitted a class for consideration for Transworld and or East Coast. Hoping to hear back soon.
Cool.
Ezekiel says, it happens to the young and when they pollute their ears with Taylor Swift.
East Coast is much more likely, simply because at Transworld, they really want speakers who they've seen speak in other places. So they use MHC and, you know, some other shows in order to kind of vet speakers. So odds are really good if you submit something now, they're thinking about it for East Coast.
Rob O'Brien asking about the foam that we're working with. He says, not as fussy and humidity doesn't kill?
Humidity kills. Humidity kills all foams.
John Hayes asks, how long does it cure?
It's about 30 minutes to an hour. I'm trying to let this sit in there a little bit long because it's a new process. We're trying it out. And, I want to make sure it gets real firmed up before I try and pull it out. But it's finicky.
Ezekiel says, take a flight to Texas just for Shannon's food. The rest is a bonus.
Hooray.
Well, and now that we're doing Monster Camp here, unfortunately, Shannon is not doing all of the food for it.
I think she's going to do some desserts.
That's exciting.
They got awesome catering on.
Yeah, we do have awesome catering.
And if it's winter, then we can crock pot it up.
Oh, yeah.
And then she can.
Michael Lassiter says, stilt sliders, still my dream. God,
Percent.
the distance between your kneecaps and the ground, significant.
She is long.
Gray says, Renee Rapp, no Taylor Swift slander. Normlack says hi. My wife Cheryl, who's a big fan, says hi.
Hello. Hello.
Whiskey Monkey says, I hear TC-266 is made from people.
I was just doing a green joke. That tells me that.
Oh, that was a deep dig.
That tells me that that person is a little older.
Dargan Drekon says, Q here, just saying hi guys, can't wait to see you all again.
Hey, Q. Good to see you, buddy. Or hear from you. Whatever this is.
Cora asks, what's your favorite creation for a YouTube Wednesday that you've done to date?
It's a dumb one, but it's the hanging cages from the barrel.
Oh, those were fun.
I think that because it's so simple, and I know of like major theme parks in Europe that have like, oh, we're doing that, and then they sent me pictures of they made 20 of them, made this beautiful area.
That's fantastic.
So
Let's see, hang on.
the Weeping Angel is good. I don't know. I've done a lot of stuff that I enjoy.
Nothing. You're fine.
Jennifer Pugh says, some of us also crock pot in the summer.
My wife doesn't believe in that.
Edson Glute says, are you going to install a hot tub at dark hour for relaxed time at Monster Camp?
No.
Oh,
I think there's a hot tub.
excuse me while my eyes roll back.
Right.
I need my staff to get stuff done.
I think there's a hot tub at the hotel.
There is.
Crip says, here's something interesting for you. Del Toro is shooting Frankenstein here.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I knew he was doing it.
Oh, that's gonna be so good.
Jordan Easel says, hi, Faux Papa.
Hey, Jordan.
Austin Denny says, I'm not coming unless Shannon is cooking. I came back from England with a bunch of real truffle salt. I'll send her some. I think she'll love it.
Ah.
Ezekiel says, his next one. That's your favorite.
Yeah, that is very true. But that question was worded very well. It said to date,
To date. Yep.
so I could not do a future date.
Yeah.
Do your cheat.
John Hayes says, I've watched your videos for a very long time. When you did arms, I couldn't find the solid forms suppliers. Is there new places?
Arms. I don't. You mean made gloves? And I had arm molds. I had arm pieces. Is that what you mean?
Gray says, wait, I want Shannon's food. I've been eating dorm food for months. Michael Astor says, I figured it would be the ROUS.
No.
It's definitely Morgan's favorite.
That was Morgan was the tape dummy for that.
Yeah. Edson says, my favorite YouTube Wednesday was the beetle wreath. Kay Williams says, where do you buy your fur from? Like, what is on the mask that you're working on?
Okay, so during the pandemic, my fur dealer, who I bought from Trenton Mills, no, Monterey Mills, Monterey Mills, stopped making fur because they couldn't get base components. And this fur is, we have to like poke them, and if I ask, they will do a run, and I can buy a 50-yard roll of fur from them. So that is from this. Is that a practical help to you? No. However, Amazon recently purchased fabric.com, and Amazon has some really good fabrics and furs on it now. So I would recommend that. If you are super interested in which ones I would recommend, what I can do is I can throw some on the Stiltby Studio store if you would like, so you can see which ones I like.
Yeah.
That's an easy way for me to catalog them.
Cora says, that's wicked to see your creation done on a huge scale in a theme park. Cool accomplishment.
Yeah, my life is weird. I'm very blessed.
Creative Doof says, crockpots are just awesome. Cobweb says, oh, the ROUS. Crip says, I think I got a piece of it. Not sure yet. It doesn't shoot until February. Oh, man, that would be the coolest.
I don't think they exist.
John Hayes says, yes, the gloves.
Yeah, okay, so you'll have to make your own forms now. The forms that you saw me use in that video like 10 years ago,
was from CFX, and CFX stopped making them. And no mannequin hand is kind of as good, so you'll have to make your own. The way that I make my own now is I go to Harbor Freight, I buy the big electrical gloves, and I fill the electrical glove with Monster clay. I heat up Monster clay in a crock pot, and then I fill up the electrical glove all the way up to here with that, and then you get a hand form. Once that cools down, you peel the glove off, and then I sculpt on those, or you can, it just makes a nice hand form.
Edson Gluth says the reason we don't understand the youth of today is the gray in our beards.
Maybe, I think they're all whack jobs.
No, it's the youth that are wrong.
Yeah,
Cobweb says Trenton Mills is the beef netting.
yes.
Cora says I still think my favorite is my first follow along, the Bucket Grim Reaper trash bag guy.
Okay, that was this year. That was done in this room.
Jordan Easel says I'm eating an 18th century recipe, cheese bread soup. Meat broth, breadcrumbs, milk, fried onions, and cheese.
That sounds delicious.
It does sound delicious.
And I would want to take a probiotic.
Yeah. Rob O'Brien says also take a look at fur throws and dissect them.
Yeah, normally that's actually a little more expensive. You're just going for yardage.
John Hayes says, can you please make separate steps on making articulating wings that open and close?
Open and close in which way? Because,
Wings do two directions.
yes, there's a lot of different things. Wings are complicated.
Jordan Nielsen says, by the way, love ya.
One of my favorite sets that we did 1996. It was a wing backpack, and the wings were down, and he was clipped to the wall. And when he walked forward, it pulled a cable that popped the wings out. So he would stand back here, and as people went by, he would jump forward, and his arms would go forward because he moved his arms, and then the wings would pop out because as he got further from the wall, that pulled the cable and popped the wings out. So he couldn't leave. He also couldn't unbuckle himself. So
Choices were made.
things you know now that you didn't know then.
Cobweb says, I believe CFX is doing a run of head forms.
Yeah, they've always done head forms. They do the average Joe head form. Good stuff. They used to do hands, and they stopped. And the CFX head forms, nobody right now really makes a good head to make silicone masks, aside from Neil Gordon out of the UK. He's the only one with a real silicone mask head form.
Gray is teasing the elderly. She says, my name is literally Gray. What's your other excuse? Sean Fenner says, I know you're always learning. Do you have any of the old projects that you now want to revisit because you learned a better technique?
Oh, constantly. Constantly. I had planned on doing a corpsing series this year. I just never got the time to do it because there's so many new ways of corpsing that I want to play with.
Third Degree of Terror says, hello, campers.
Hello.
Cora says, my mom wants to add, since she's watching with me, we're currently eating crockpot Hungarian mushroom soup. It's so delish. I'll send wife the recipe.
Oh, that sounds good.
That sounds terrific, and now I'm hungry.
So, in the book Dracula, I got a copy. I own a book called The Annotated Dracula, where it's Dracula's book, but there's all these annotations in it. And at one point, Harker, on his way to Dracula's castle, talks about a dish with chicken and peppers. And that was called paprika hendel. And so me and Shannon found the recipe, and every now and then Shannon will make paprika hendel, which is a Hungarian chicken and peppers dish.
That sounds fantastic.
Delicious.
Also, I'm a big fan of thematic eating in terms of food from books and
Yeah.
food from movies. And I'm really keen on doing like a full day marathon of the Lord of the Ring movies and like Hobbit food. Like,
I think it's Phil who wears beer shirts, but they're only like fake beer shirts,
Yep.
like fantasy
Yep.
brews and things.
That would be him. Jordan Easel says, I've recently made progress on my novel. One catch point of it is the difference between telekinesis and magic. John Hayes asks, can you do steps on creating digitigrade legs? I've heard that if it's done wrong, you could damage your ankle permanently by posturing.
You can. There's a lot of good info out there already on digigrade legs, on the short digigrades. It's already out there. Something Griffin, Lord Griffin, someone Griffin on YouTube has a real detailed video. If you message me, I can send you a link to that video. Sometimes I don't do things just because it's already out there, so.
Cora says, the only thing we're missing is the Hungarian paprika because it's not available in Hawaii, but she made it so well I don't even know what I'm missing. Go, Mom. Third Degree of Terror says, Roo!
Hi!
Creative Doof says, good deal, I might try that.
Eat some meat.
If you're hearing a ruckus in the background, that is our sliders coming out of practice.
That is our group of no good ingrates.
Terror pin. Such a turtle.
I'm gonna grab some paint.
Good night, Michael Lassiter. Says,
Good night, Michael
Looking
Lassiter.
forward to more lives.
They're coming.
It's happening. We're doing it. I love that he just walks away. Like, bye. Not gonna say anything. Hi, you guys. Jordan Easel. I'm eating my cheese soup from a Jack Skellington mug. Nice, nice. So we're in a little bit of a story time. We're getting the Christmas show all set up, and one of the exciting things that we're getting to do is going through and pulling down things from previous years and redoing them a little bit. So Alex and I have been doing a lot of distressing. I say Alex and I, mostly Alex has been doing a lot of distressing. I'm still working on stuff from orders and things. But getting the massive group of cookies done was big fun. Exciting to put them onto all the costumes and make it a little more festive.
You just reminded me.
What did I remind you
You
of?
said orders. I'm like, oh
Oh yeah, there's stuff we have orders.
order training.
Very exciting. Cora says, I miss sliding. I just tore my ACL doing it and I can't ever do it again. I'm big sad.
Who's that?
Cora can't do sliding anymore because she tore her ACL.
Yeah.
Mancho. Austin Denny says, I just got Terrapin and still need to paint it. Third Degree of Terror. Excellent use of ruckus, Stacy. Thank you. This is me being...
English major.
I was going to say being polite for YouTube, so I get finger waggled at. But.
Every now and then I just like to stay really still so they think it froze.
So I just watched a live stream of my game that was 24 hours long. 24-hour long live stream. And
No, the event was 24 hours.
yeah, the event was, no, the live stream was 24 hours too.
Sounds terrible. But great fun.
It was a live stream. It was terrible. It was really bad in parts, but part of it was playing a new version of the game that they're releasing, right? That they're playing it, and the guy that was playing the game, like specifically the guy that was playing it, could not keep himself from cursing at all.
I would like credit for how well behaved.
And then he cursed himself for screwing it up. It was hilarious.
Jordan Easel asked, what's Terrapin?
All right.
This guy.
So this is a turtle mask, and there's turtles, which turtle means water turtle, but turtle also means all turtles. If it's a land turtle, then it's a terrapin, but sometimes they're still called turtles. But a terrapin, and I know this because I grew up in Maryland, and one of the Maryland college teams are the Terrapins, and they're turtles. And it's like turtles. So terrapin sounds like terrapin, so that's what we named it.
Edson Glute says, I was setting up the mannequin in the front yard as Bumble, and I carried him by his throat in honor of Alan. I looked over at my neighbor who was covering her mouth in terror.
Nice.
Gray says, Mother, yes. Cobweb says, I might have to bang out a turtle skull swamp necklace as a companion piece to Terrapin for the CHB shindig.
Yeah.
Kay Williams says, yes, please have Alan put his fave furs list on his page.
Okay.
Jennifer Pugh says, I thought it froze.
Can someone send me that was my plan. Can someone send me a reminder to do that?
I'm on it. John Hayes says, have you seen an old movie? I believe it was called Lady Hawk. The guy had an amazing cowl like the feathers.
First, listen. That's not an old movie. Do you mean Lady Hawk, starring Rutger Hauer,
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick, and that lady? Wait, she was Catwoman. What's her name?
Michelle Pfeiffer?
That's the one. Yes, that's the Lady Hawk that you speak of. I'm a little familiar with it. Yes. Also has a soundtrack solely made by a Casio keyboard, but it's lovely. I love that movie.
Solely made by Casio.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you need. It's a Casio keyboard.
Yeah,
And you too can make a soundtrack.
Cobweb says Rutger Hauer was lead for Lady Hawk. Yes. Third Degree of Terror says Gamera. Ezekiel says the last day of peace because the kids finish school for the next 6 weeks holiday. Whose idea was it to have kids?
Not mine.
Terrible plan.
I'm out.
Wait, sorry, kid.
Sorry, my actual children.
Creative Duke says I might have a copy of Lady Hawk around here somewhere. David Quintana says yay, 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 again live YouTube Wednesday. Yay,
Here he is.
yay. Jordan Easel says I almost thought Terrapin was a type of paint product. Cora says, so I want to mention in here, in Hawaii I worked at the Haunted Plantation. No props, no scary anything, just actors alone. An amazing experience being solely actor power. It's a museum in a day.
That's cool.
Creative Dupe says Alan's spirit animal is probably a turtle. He seems mellow.
So the guy who, man, I'm a terrible person because I forgot his name. The guy who played the big guy in Lost
Okay.
lives in Hawaii, and he does a haunted house out there.
Really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, and every now and then he'll make something from the YouTube channel, and he'll tag me on Instagram.
Nice. Horror Beauty says, hey everyone, missed you all.
Jorge?
Horror Beauty, FX.
No, Jorge.
Jorge.
I think his name is
Oh,
Jorge.
I don't know.
I think so.
It's a distinct possibility. Kayla Williams says, love that movie. Stephen Haynes says, Merry Christmas, Creepers. Great movie, too.
Merry Christmas. Hello, Horror Beauty.
Cora says they have to tear it down at night and reset up the next night. Wow.
Every night?
Every night?
That sounds terrible.
They're all out.
All right.
And
Bye,
it's
Teddy.
stunt practice, lots of stunts.
Yay,
All the
stunting.
stunting was done?
Yep.
By
All of
stunty
the stunting.
people?
Stunting was stunted. See you later, guys.
Bye, 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 bye.
How's stunting?
Rue, I need window screen.
Jorge Garcia, Casper says.
Yes, Jorge Garcia.
Love.
How much? Like the scrim, the ice cream?
2 eyes, yeah.
Cora says turtle in Hawaiian is hanu. Who knew? Pronunciation.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Gray.
Hello, Scar.
Gray says, don't say nothing, Mom. I'm a blessing. Did you hear me say anything? I said nothing.
Hey, you said you were gone.
No, I want to speak of.
Live.
Yeah, come on back.
Come say hi to everybody.
We are
And we have a
YouTube
Scar.
Live.
Say hello, Scar.
Hello.
I used to go on YouTube Live all the time before you were born, but now we're doing it again.
Jordan Easel says, with it being close to Christmas, how do you feel about this? Jack Skellington turned Santa into a horror fan.
Jack, I don't mind that.
Horror Beauty says, hello, Alan and Creepers. Hi, Horror Beauty. Missed you too. Honu. Got it. Got it. Honu. Honu for turtle in Hawaiian.
Yeah, I could say words, but I'm not going to pronounce them right.
John Hayes says, do you know what the native statue was made of in Creepshow 2?
Do I know what the what?
The native statue was made of in Creepshow 2?
Chief.
I can find out really quick.
Chief Woodenhead.
I know the guy that did a lot of the effects for Scream Show too.
Cobwebs says
I do
latex.
not know. I mean, sometimes it moves, so that one has to be something. Was there only one, or was there like a hero and there were insert hands and stuff?
Cora says, Honu, is it fast kine? Maybe. Horror Beauty says, are you making a hairy bird?
Yes, I'm making a thing. It's neither bird nor,
Beast.
yeah.
It's a beast.
Jennifer Pugh says, Audrey Pugh says hello to all. Hi, Audrey.
Beast.
Woo! It'd be cool if we were named after a carnivorous plant.
I was gonna say. I was like, Jennifer, did you name your child?
You know what's funny is Audrey Pugh sounds like Audrey too.
Yeah.
Sounds like Audrey too.
Cora says, Mom says the hitchhiker was terrifying.
Yeah, The Hitchhiker was a Rutger Hauer movie. I remember that there were French fries, and in the French fries there was a bloody human finger. And that was why my aunt said we couldn't watch it anymore during Thanksgiving.
Oh,
We had to change
no.
the channel. I'm like, I thought it was just good.
Adventure. Excitement. Jennifer Pugh says, no, she was named after Audrey Hepburn.
I see.
The Hitcher.
That's the story we will tell her.
Good night, Gray. Just going to bed now. Finals week to the life out of me. Good night, everybody. Missed y'all. Miss you too, Gray.
Hope you did well, Gray.
This.
All right.
Ezekiel says, Princess Bride was horrifying. Okay, I'll be quiet.
Such a good movie.
Jordan Nielsen says, do you remember my boogeyman?
I do. It was like Ipswich, Finkelwich. He had a name. I remember that there was a name, like Ipsis.
Ellen has a really good memory. I would not remember
Yeah.
that.
Cobweb says,
Oh, yeah.
my daughter was named after Warwick Davis.
Nice.
I'm gonna move the Turlo.
Cora asks, Alan, have you done any prop work on movies or film at all?
I helped make an alligator tail on Joe Dirt. Because it was just a, hey, can you help with this? Yes. And there's a movie called Deadly Species where I helped make the creature for that. Again, it was, hey, our guy bailed, can you help? And I did. So I've done a little bit. I do not like movie work. I much prefer haunted houses. Movies are 666. You spend 6 months making it. It's on screen for 6 seconds, and you're not allowed to talk about it for 6 years. Like, it seems like that's how everything goes for movies. So I'm not a huge fan. In the haunt industry, I can make what I want. I can keep it. I own the rights to it.
And I can tell people about it if I want to.
Jordan Easel says, Ipso-Cyrus has influences from Oogie Boogie.
Yeah, Ipso-Cyrus. That was it. Oh, I was like, Ipso.
That was really close. Ezekiel says, how do you get savage from Warwick Davis?
Should see him when he's angry.
Wouldn't like him when he's angry.
Little arms just go.
Crip says, you're right with your comment on working on film.
Yeah, I just hate it. I mean, and if you're ready to go, I almost died too, so I'll tell that story later. But tonight, I'll tell it tonight. But if you're ready to go, the sound person isn't. If you're ready to go, the light person isn't. If you're ready to go, no one else is. But the moment that you have to wait for something to dry 15 minutes, everybody else is ready. So, yeah.
Jordan Easel says he's full of frogs and biting locusts.
As he should be.
Cora says I got to host Rallis last year on Thanksgiving because he was here filming something and didn't have anywhere to eat a good turkey. It was cool.
Yeah, he hates me, actually. Rallis Khan hates me because he thinks...
Oh, this is the moving jaw guy?
Yes. He thinks that he invented moving jaw masks, and
He didn't.
I teach people how to make moving jaw masks.
Stephen Haynes says that's looking so cool.
It'd be fun and different.
Kat Swift says my daughter was named after an Indian goddess, but the week she was born, a Ugandan wrestler came out with that name.
Nice.
Austin Denny says I agree, Alan.
Kamala, the Ugandan giant. That was my favorite WWF wrestler.
Heck yeah.
Slap his belly. Had a big star painted on it, with a half moon.
Austin Denny says I agree, Alan. I did Transformers and couldn't brag about it for a year.
Yeah. El Terrible.
Horror Beauty says I can say this is how it works in film. Alan, it sucks. You get geeked out to do the work, can't post or talk show until it's released.
Yeah, no thank you.
Cat Switch says everyone thought we named her after him. Cobweb says she's lucky I didn't name her Mad Mardigan.
And if you're really proud about whatever it is you did for the movie, then the movie sucks. And if you hate it, then everybody loves the movie. That's the rule.
Ezekiel says, same with working on TV commercials, can never say anything about it. Oh, Crip says, yeah, you forgot when my turn comes around, I'm taking too long.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Cora said, what? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Y'all are both super cool.
No, and I really like him. Like, he's a great guy. He does have an ego. He's very talented, so his ego is deserved. But he believes that he invented moving jaw masks.
Not even.
John Hayes says, gotta see you try this. The sourdough cocktail is practically a rite of passage for visitors to Dawson City, Yukon. It's a simple drink, a shot of whiskey and a real mummified toe.
I don't really drink, so I'll make my wife do it.
Oh, that's great. Great.
Edson Glute says, my 8-year-old niece had a girl cat she named Rex. When asked why'd you name your girl kitty Rex, she said with her arms on her hips because she wrecks the house. Creative Doof says, thanks for letting us know that the movie industry has a lame side to it.
Well, and it's not all sexy time.
Cobweb says, no way, Junkyard Dog was the best.
I didn't mind him, but I preferred Hacksaw Jim Dugan over Junkyard Dog. And in my brain, Hacksaw Jim Dugan and Rowdy Roddy Piper were the same guy, just cleaned up. But that's not true. But I was very young back then. Oh, Dying, Deadly Species costume.
Ah.
Full costume, arm extensions that are sealed in, so I can't get to my own hands with moving mechanical fingers. And it's a full foam latex suit. And the shot is very simple. I rise up out of the water. Well, for that to happen, the water has to be still, or else they know that someone's going to rise out of it. So I'm in a foam latex full suit, fiberglass, right?
No.
Fiberglass skull, full foam latex, thick, like 3-4 inches thick in some spots. It's a frog monster type head.
No.
And I go underwater, and I'm like, since so bad, the water's not even getting in. Until the water did start getting in. And I was going to be tapped with a pole, like that's a good idea. That's my cue of the water still. You can slowly rise up. So I start slowly rising up. But the water level is not going down inside of the mask. The water level is still up here. And I didn't know how long I could hold my breath, but the water is draining out of the suit at like this rate. I'm like, I'm gonna die. So I waited as long as I could, and then I had to thrash my head to whip the water out of the foam.
Probably looked amazing.
They actually used the shop.
Yeah.
Do it again.
What was the name of this movie?
Deadly Species.
Deadly Species. Nice. Rylan Burdett says, I'm in an indie film production, so they really don't mind if I brag about it.
Yeah, that's how they get viewers.
Yeah. Kay Williams says, does he have any wires inside the foam strips he put on the mask?
No, but I'll just manipulate them with heat in order to shape them the way that I want because of TVA.
Ezekiel says, did Rob fix him up in the car park? Ezekiel says, George the Animal Steel.
Yeah, he was great too. And King Kong Bundy?
He was good. Captain Lou Albano.
No. That guy never should have been given a children's cartoon. That's a terrible idea. You thought Captain Lou Albano, you know what? That guy with the rubber bands on his face, he should have a children's cartoon. Saturday morning.
Cora says, that's the same thing if Pale Knight claimed doing video portraits for haunts and attractions. Someone somewhere made it and it just took off. No one person can claim ownership of an idea.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know that Rouse's really took off. Like, I don't know if they're in stores or whatnot. I mean, they're good stuff, but, yeah.
John Hayes says, I wish I'd seen the Jaws theme park before they got rid of it.
To me, it's the company out of, I think it's Chicago. Not Be Something Studios, Zagone. Zagone, the first werewolf mask that I had that was a moving jaw was a Zagone Howl at the Moon.
Nice. Cobweb says, I met Piper. He was great. Very gracious guy. Jordan Easel says, I have an intense fear of submerged machinery. This phobia of mine started with cypress trees.
Submechanophobia is what that's called. And in our haunt, I did a little couple things in order to help trigger that in people who don't expect to see that inside of the building.
Because he's mean.
Right, I'm a jerk.
Oh my goodness.
Nicole's like.
That is so cute.
Well, show them on the camera.
I'm going to show him. Here.
Flake, flake.
All right. This is what Bug's been working on.
Oh, this one's.
That's it.
He's a humbug. And he's judging so hard.
He's judging you so hard. Aggressively judging.
Man.
He's so cute. I love him. All right. Back to the main show. Ta-da. There you go. Whiskey Monkey says the Bushwhackers were my favorite tag team wrestlers.
They reminded me of my family, so I didn't like them.
Still.
David Hanger says hello all. John Hayes says, have you worked on small scale stuff before full scale projects to get ideas before using expensive products?
No, man, I just wing it. Like,
Just go.
I'm bad at this, but I have zero fear. I should have fear, but I have zero fear. Just do it. Start.
Ravage Awakened says, holy tacos, I caught you live.
Yeah, well, you didn't catch us. We showed up. We haven't been live in, I don't know, 2 years, something like that. And it's just, it's time. It's time for us to get back to this. We're coming up on an election year, and I think people could use some live videos.
Cora says, oh my god, he's so cute. JH says, I follow the Submechanophobia Reddit. Really fun stuff. Edson Glute says, looks like a hairless gnome. Cobweb says, SOB, I thought she made a gnome. Ezekiel says, tacos, now I'm hungry. Austin Denny asks, whose black hot glue do you use?
This is from a company. Yeah, I bought this. I didn't steal your hot glue. This is from a company called gluesticks.com, GLU-STIX.com. That's whose glue I use.
GLU underscore. Yeah. Or underscore STAs.
No, it's that.
Is it dash?
It's a
I
hyphen.
assure you it's that. I bought for them for 20 years.
And couldn't find it one day until I put it as an underscore.
Oh, please.
I swear.
It's dash.
Something like that.
This is texture and blendy.
Yep, dash.
Glue
It's
hyphen
dash.
sticks
That's
hyphen
what I didn't
online
see the dash at all.
dot com. There you go.
I guess you should say hyphen instead of dash.
Alright.
Wait, yeah,
It's
hyphen.
glue hyphen sticks hyphen online dot com.
I'm a rebel. I put 5 dots in all of my ellipses. This is the hard one.
Yeah.
We're hoping for softer on that one.
I'm hoping for softer.
Okay.
Ravage Awaken says, cute little bug.
Oh, I just would let you paint these horns before I put this bell on.
Yeah, probably.
I watched a terrible, I didn't fully watch it, I watched part of a terrible horror movie the other day, because I will play horror movies while I work in the shop. And it was called No Mercy. No Mercy.
Ah.
Gnomercy.
One of the characters in the D&D campaign that we just wrapped up was a gnome named Ursi.
Gnome Ursi.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it.
Horror Beauty says we can always use some lives. Sean Fenner says, have you added more pockets to your costume to facilitate more pocket tacos?
No, just the normal amount of pockets. I just go back and reload.
Cobweb says, I can imagine a third world taco, a hubcap folded in half full of Vegemite.
Well, it's a two-part prosthetic.
You see, it's a forehead piece and a jaw piece.
John Hayes says, make a whimsical theme.
It's right though.
Ravage Awaken says, question, do you carry special insurance for your haunts?
Of course.
Oh,
Yeah,
Alan.
yeah. I just paid for insurance for next year, this week.
Cora says, I attribute your mind, Alan, to the likes of Tim Burton, not gonna lie. Amazing, creative, and simple products. I'm sure you're ADHD, and that's why I can understand your way of going about something.
I don't know if I have ADHD, but I got something. There's something going on that's different.
Horror Beauty says, pocket burger. Cora says, also hot glue story. Kip and Ashley had a problem with an RFID prop. They tried everything to get it working. I walk into to issue and say, just fill it with hot glue. They thought I was a genius.
There you go.
Ezekiel says you need to visit Cobwebs. John Hayes says, like to see your take on a gingerbread house or Hansel and Gretel.
Something similar to that is coming.
Eee.
Get out of our meetings.
I wasn't even in that meeting, and I'm excited.
That was weird.
It's like you know what the public wants. Big Monkey Fez says, why hello there, Alan and Company.
Hey, big monkey. That's weird to say.
That funky monkey. Let your right leg down, left leg down.
Tilt your head back, y'all finish the cup. Creative Doof says, it's okay to be idea driven. Can't make stuff without the ideas. I love it. Jordan Easel says, I made a black witch hat with a black bed sheet and felt. I decorated with a red plaid bow and a peacock feather. Well, that
Nice.
sounds lovely. Horror Beauty says, hey, I remember some lives where Alan pulled out a pocket burger. Always can use a snack.
Pocket burgers are good to go. I'm a fan.
Combo says, I refuse to touch ground in the third world for fear of your motherland slaying me in 47 seconds. Cora says, I definitely use that story in interviews to the question of problem solving. Horror Beauty asks, will the site be updated soon?
In what way? in which way? Like, what would you like to see on the site?
Again, get out of our meetings.
Yes, it will. With the acquisition of Dark Hour and the shifting of the company a little bit, there will be some changes to the website.
Horror Beauty says, that's so cool, Alan. I am sad that our previous captioning program is not
Well,
working.
I don't know that it's gone.
Yeah.
What Teddy looked at was gone, but I
Yeah.
don't know that Teddy looked at what I have.
Fair.
I know I have a membership lapse.
Sure would love it if this thing would work. Jordan
Okay.
Easel says, "Hey Stacy, will you make a witch hat on your sewing machine for YouTube Wednesday?" Sure.
There you go.
John Hayes
Here we
said,
cough.
John Hayes says, "Movie that had a huge mix of wild, unthinkable creatures was Nightbreed."
We love
Nightbreed is in my top 5 favorite movies. Nightbreed is one of my favorites. I quote that a lot too.
Yep.
Cobweb says, "Cabal."
Oh,
Cora says, "Stacy, how are you? Having a good day?" It's not always about Alan. Let's include you too. Having a great day. I get to come and work at my dream job, and then we get to go live. So it was a good day.
So, fun story. I'll move on camera. So,
Story time.
where am I? We just had a 2 weeks off, end of season. Like, season is over, congratulations, take 2 weeks off, you know, go relax for a little bit. Vacation-ish, yeah,
Vacation.
vacation. We spent a lot of it working
Yeah.
anyway, but did have about an actual week of not coming to work.
The time is 8:36 p.m.
And in that week of not coming to actual work, I missed it. Like missed hanging out with my friends, missed coming to work. That's so weird to me. like I missed coming to work. I wanted to come to work.
People were happy to be back.
I got called into work
Yeah.
this last week. I've never had a job in my life where I was like, well, I guess I'm going to work. I've never had a job call me and be like, "Hey, we really need you to come in today." And I hadn't been like, I was like,
You've
all
been
right.
like that too before,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not that time.
Not that time. This time I was like, all right, I guess I'm putting pants on and going into work. Good times. Horror Beauty says, "I was looking at Old Man Winter or Snowy Elf on the site recently."
Oh,
Masks.
got it. Got it. So, one of the challenges that I'm having this evening is keeping a turtleneck from looking like a foreskin. It's just that's all a turtleneck is, the foreskin. But a different surprise on the end. I'm like, what can I do? No, it's just gonna look like that. That's just how it is. That's the way the rig must go.
Okay. I do like that was the first line the captioning got.
I didn't even say it that loud.
I know.
The whole time I'm doing the glue, I'm like, this just looks like a big foreskin.
It sure does.
It's-
All right.
Apparently, where this turtle is, it's cold out.
David Hanger asked, "Does Dark Hour have events all year or just autumn/Halloween time?"
So we have events throughout the year. We actually have a dark winter market we're doing Saturday. And then on the 16th and the 30th, we have our Wreck the Halls show. And then we're going to be open again the Saturday before Valentine's Day. And then we'll be open again the Saturday around St. Patrick's Day.
Follow-up question from Cobwebs: "Is the Dark Market walkthrough going to be on YouTube?"
I don't know if it'll be on YouTube. I know it'll probably be on Patreon. I may be able to do it on YouTube also.
That's patreon.com/StiltBeastStudios.
Oh yeah, thanks for pimping that.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, yeah. John Hayes says, "Do you ever have nightmares of the different creatures that are made in the shop? What's odds things that have ever happened around the shop?" Curious.
So I don't really have nightmares. I very much, I guess I sleep light or something, but I lucid dream. So if I'm having a nightmare, I can either decide to enjoy it or I can just alter it. Because
Dreams are fun. But no, there are times it's like, this is cool. I'll let myself have a nightmare, and I enjoy the nightmare.
Yeah.
But I know it's a nightmare, which is probably why I can enjoy it. So no, I don't really have nightmares like that. And
Spooky things have happened around the shop.
spooky things in the shop?
Weird.
This shop, not really.
My monster camp mask moved by itself.
There were 3 fans going in the room, but yes, the mask did move by itself.
Got it on video and everything. It's great. Cora says, I'm super jelly. If I ever moved to Texas, I'd be honored to join up with your team if I'm allowed.
Come on.
Eds and
We have
Glutes.
a pretty great team.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty great team. Eds and Glutes says, so is Dark Hour closer for the gang than Alan's home? I know some of y'all had to drive an hour one way.
Well, this is,
Oh, it's so much
it's in
better.
their hood, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm now the poor bastard who has to drive an hour each way.
Yeah.
So, yes.
I literally live 5 minutes down the road. It's wonderful.
I live 15 minutes from here, and I'm not even sorry.
I live the closest of everyone, pretty much. But,
Yeah. Let's see. Ezekiel says, and away we go. Ryan Burdett says, damn it, Alan, now I can't unsee the turtleneck problem. Austin Denny says, I was thinking the same thing. Horror Beauty says, well, Alan, do not go for a beige color. Melissa
No.
Lair says, too late. Oh, come on. I'm gonna roll this back down.
Never go full turtle.
Never go full turtle. Just for the greater good. Whole new meaning for turtleneck.
why not turtle enough for the turtle?
All right. Cat Swift says it took a while, but now we're back to a normal live show.
Yeah.
Big Monkey Fest says how not to make a turtleneck look like a foreskin would be a fantastic Transworld class. Ezekiel says must not comment, must not comment. JH says you can change his name to the Terrapine.
Don't encourage them.
Oh, okay. Serious question. Joe Reese asked, does Alan sell hand forms to sculpt gloves on?
I do not. I do not at this time. That may happen in the future, but right now I do not.
John Hayes asked, is Tremors a worm or a snake?
Tremors is a worm, because snakes are reptiles.
Dan McCorrison from Hellwig Hollow says, this is exciting. We're all back together.
This is actually lovely. I appreciate all of you guys taking time out of your evening to hang out with us. This is like I'm hanging out with friends that I haven't seen in a while. It's lovely.
David Hanger says, nice. I'm from California. I need to plan a visit to Texas for Dark Hour and family. Heck yeah. Jesse Papa Bear says, so happy I made it to live. Jordan Easel says, what does the Yugu Y look like? It's a Chinese monster? Yaogu Y?
What does the what?
Yaogu Y look like? It's a Chinese monster?
I would have to look that up.
Edson Glutes says, the foreskin mask and a wear turtleneck sweater.
Listen, I'm not in charge of the costume for this. They wanted some weird masks. Have I got a mask for you?
Ravage Awaken says, have you ever used car tires in your builds?
I have actually, and I hate it because inside of car tires are all these little bits of steel wire that stab you and shred your skin worse than chicken wire. And it's like it's poisonous because it hurts way more than it should for way longer than it should.
Edson says, I could park my camper in the lot, then I'd be closest to work if I worked there. Jesse Papa Bear says, just like the good old days. Horror Beauty says it is.
Every now and then,
You fall apart?
every now and then I fall apart, and I need your love tonight. All right, so.
Edson Glute says, you hit weird. I think we hit spray paint fumes.
Yeah. Every now and then on one of the YouTube videos this year, a live watcher would comment, and I'd be like, hey, that's my friend. Yeah. Every time I read the comments.
Cobweb says, that sounds like a yokai. Horror Beauty says, missed everyone in the vibes. Everyone
No,
brings to the
yokai is
vibes.
Japan, not China.
Cora says, I remember doing a private tour with you, Alan, like 14 years ago. Brad Bowen invited me to Shreveport to guest act, and we met up with you. Do you remember that at all?
Yes, yes, I do. I do. And it was at Haunted House. The owner of the haunt passed away. Trying to think of the name of the haunt. Because the owner who passed away, his wife still comes to dark hour every now and then. They'll make the trip up.
Nice.
I do remember that. That was a while ago.
Cobweb says tire belts. John Hayes says, you ever heard of the bones discovered first ever possible real dragon?
I have not. Was
Right.
this in the Fortnian Times, or where was this said?
Rylan Burdett says, having worked in a junkyard, I can confirm that tire wires hurt way worse than they should.
Yeah, it's like, it's a little tiny wire. Why am I crying? Who put tears on my face? Whose tears are these?
David Quintana asks, what's the turtle head for, Alan?
All the 2 masks that I'm making tonight are going to the Chicago Haunters. The Chicago Haunters is a haunt group, a lot of home haunters, and they're having an event, I think, in January, and I'm making masks for them.
And we're helping. Ed Sinclude says, you hit that weird so hard you might have won a prize. John Hayes asks, is there a cryptid in Texas? Yeah, we got all kinds of cryptids in
Have you
Texas.
heard of the Chupacabra?
Yeah, we got the chupacabra. We got several iterations of Goatman, bridges, Sasquatches. Yeah, all kinds of. Ezekiel says, don't blame the glue fumes. Yeah, we were this weird when we got here. We can't really.
Sasquatch, especially in our area.
It's Sasquatch, especially in our area. It's just Alan wandering around outside.
Well, kind of northern Texas, like Oklahoma is really big on Sasquatch too, so.
Yeah.
Kind of fall into that area.
Drew, what's on your books for tomorrow? Time-wise? After Craving.
Our masks.
Okay. What about Friday?
Cleaning in our masks.
I think you should put a mermaid in there. We have all the parts sitting right there, so we can sell it
That's the thing.
Okay.
Cora
Good.
says, Mom's wanting to watch a movie. I'm going to hop off. Thank you so much for the live. Had a good first time in the live. Love the whole team. I'm off Wednesday, so I plan on catching the next one.
Hooray! Thank you for joining us. I think we should have a mermaid in the gift shop for sale.
I like it. JH says, y'all have a skunk ape, right?
No, Florida has a skunk ape. Texas, we do have Bigfoot in Texas, but we just call it Bigfoot.
John Hayes says, was China. Dragon bones 60 feet long.
Now, what made it a dragon? Did it have 4 limbs and 2 wings? Or was it more of a drake? Because you could argue that a lot of dinosaurs are drakes.
Horror Beauty says, Goatman in Texas?
Goatman is, he shows up a lot of
Yeah.
places.
We definitely have the Goatman of Lake Worth, which is right around where I grew up. David Hanger says, Billy Whack is a Goatman. Cobwebs asks, a Michael Burnett mermaid?
Nope, a Stilpe Studios mermaid.
L'Original. Are we allowed to talk about what we made mermaids for?
Just to these guys, probably.
So the mermaids that we made were for an order we put out for a haunted house in an aquatic themed theme park
In Orlando.
in Orlando. That was a lot of different mermaids in stuff. It was very cool, and I was very pleased with it because I like me a mermaid. JH says Florida makes sense with the swamps. Horror Beauty says, Alan, are you responsible for the Hogzilla? Be honest.
I'm not. I do enjoy a good Hogzilla story. We have some monsters around here.
Horror Beauty says, I can hear the horn in the distance. Is that the train?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good mic.
Microphone picks up a lot.
That's wild. We're not even
Nope,
really that
no,
close to
I'll
the
just
train.
break wind. Close the door.
Horror Beauty asks, and what is a wampus cat? Cat-based cryptid.
So, wampus cats
if you heard of cattywampus, that comes from wampus cat. So a wampus cat is a cat kind of like a lion, but it hunts at the top of a mountain or around the top of a steep hill. And in order for it to run fast around the mountain, the legs on one side are shorter than the other. So it can run at a normal speed. The thing with that though is if you know one is coming, then all you have to do is when it comes to you, jump over it, and it has to run all the way around the mountain to get back to you. So then you have time to flee. So that is what a wampus cat is.
JH says, as a child, my dream was to be a cryptozoologist or a pharmacist. Neither panned out for me.
The wampus cat is part of a collection of cryptids, that's a new term, that were called fearsome critters. And the fearsome critters are from North American tall tales, the same group that Paul Bunyan is in and all that.
Good night, cobwebs.
Good night, kiwis.
Night.
Ezekiel says it's the Hooters lunch bell for Rue. We're not even that close to the Hooters.
We're pretty close to Hooters.
We're pretty damn close to it.
I'm every closer to Hooters with a train. Like,
We have to cross the train tracks to
get to Hooters.
Hooters is on the other side of the train tracks.
Yeah.
John C. says Toledo Bend Reservoir has Bigfoot sightings.
We have a couple like Bigfoot people who are Texas based, and
Yeah.
I think they would have to work elsewhere if we didn't have something.
John Hayes says, we're going to send a link. Heard new info that say the dragon bones is possibly a hoax.
We also have jackalopes
Oh, yeah? We do have
in
jackalope.
West Texas is big, so we have space on our side.
At the Lady of White Rock Lake.
That's a ghost though. That's not a cryptid.
Not a cryptid? Alright, fair enough. Sean Fenner says the only thing we have in my area of upstate New York is the White Lady, which is loosely inspired the movie Lady in White from the 80s.
Nice.
John C. says they walk sideways on a steep mountain.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do like a bright leaf on this.
We got about 10 minutes to 9.
Okay. Well, I may not get these guys finished, but I think people can see where they're going.
Yeah. He looks pretty cool. That blends pretty well.
Have you ever seen a dream walking? Well, I have. That's from Lady in White.
Nice. JH says, man, we have nothing here in eastern North Carolina.
And this is the beginning of Terrapin. This camera's like aimed off to the side, so like this is the middle, but it's not the middle.
Yeah.
This is the middle of the camera. I don't know what's happening inside of I shook that one too hard or something at some point.
Rylan Burdett says, one of the guys at my work drives a Bigfoot Research Society Jeep.
Nice.
Ravage Awaken says, in Spokane, we have Mini Haha.
Yeah, okay.
Horror Beauty says, what cryptids do you all have near you? Maybe that was for the chat. Jesse Papaver says, very cool. Ezekiel says, Bigfoot down under is 7'6". He's not a bad basketballer. He's only too young. He was only young, too.
Bigfoot down under, they have the Yowie. They also have every now and then they get a sighting of a 20-foot long lizard in Australia. Which,
But it could just be a lizard that lives in Australia. Right?
well, yeah, because there was a lizard that big that lived in Australia.
Yeah.
And they're like, maybe that's the last one. Time for light green on the Turlo.
John C. says, New Jersey has creepy ghost girls from north to south.
Who is it is it Ohio that has the melon heads?
You understand?
They're like children who grew up near a nuclear power plant or something. They all have these big bloated heads.
Ezekiel says, my mother-in-law doesn't visit that often. Jake says, you suck at leaving.
Well, you are not wrong.
Kay Williams says, awesome masks. Can't wait to see them in person all finished. Horror Beauty says we got Dogman, Bigfoot, and Pressy. What is Pressy?
Are you in Wisconsin? Isn't Dogman Wisconsin?
You're gonna say.
I'm sure that Pressy is in some body of water.
Sounds like that might be legit.
Dogman, Michigan or Wisconsin?
David Hanger says there's a Goatman legend near me, but mostly various ghosts and vampire stories. June Ritchie says, good night, everyone. Enjoyed the builds and chuckles. Good night, June.
Good night. We're about to head out ourselves. We're ending this live at 9 o'clock, so.
Horror Beauty says, oh yes, melonheads.
Melonheads.
David Hanger says, yeah, Ohio, melonheads. Jake says, peace.
Peace. So, if the escape rooms that we have at dark hour don't work out, I will probably do like a national cryptid museum.
Nice.
And I'll have room for 50 exhibits, and I'll do the most popular cryptid from every state.
John C. says New Jersey Devil sightings are very infrequent now. There's 4 Bigfoot sightings in northeast New Jersey. Horror Beauty says no, Michigan. Pressy is like a Loch Ness Monster thing.
Yeah.
Ezekiel says my nephew's a pumpkinhead. Austin Denny says Dogman is Michigan. Ravage Awaken says I enjoyed your live streams. When do you plan on going live again?
We'll be live again next Wednesday, same time, same channel.
We also just made a bunch of cryptids.
We
To
did.
quote Adam West. What do you make cryptid for?
Oh yeah, we did make a whole bunch for Gator. I forgot about that. Brian Lippert says Hodag is in Wisconsin. We also have a Goatman here.
Oh, I know Hodag. Yeah, I'm a little familiar with monsters and cryptids.
Creative Duke says it was good to catch a stream again. Poison Sumac says Detroit has the Nain Rouge, the red dwarf. Melissa Lair says hugs to you all. Thanks for hanging with us tonight.
Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you. Everybody who super chatted, thank you very much.
Wade Hadley says I showed up too late, but hello from Navarro, Florida.
Well, we'll be on again next Wednesday.
We will be on again next Wednesday.
Wayne?
Wade Hadley.
Wade.
Hi, Wade.
Hello, Wade.
Glad you got to join us for a little bit of the end here.
Go see our friends over at
Gatorland.
Festival of Fears.
Oh, Festival of Fears. That's right around the corner.
That is
isn't it?
Navarre.
I thought they were
right
in
outside.
Mary Esther.
Mary Esther, which is Navarre.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Go see our friends at Festival of Fear then. John C. said, Alan is the goat, man. John Hayes says, why did the turtle cross the road to get to the show? Ba-doom.
Get out.
He's
Because of that joke, I'm ending the live. We were going to go till 10, but no, not anymore.
Not today.
Now we're ending this sucker. Everybody,
Probably about 7, Ravished Awakened.
what a joy in my heart this has been, doing a live again. If you guys haven't done lives with us, I know that a couple people said that they were new. 7 p.m. Central is the time that we start. 7 to 9 is when we'll normally do it. I just think that it's time for us to start doing lives again. We did lives a lot during the pandemic when there was nothing on TV that was good and nothing positive. You didn't hear anything positive, and you literally couldn't do anything else. So we went live a lot. And obviously we've made a lot of friends and a lot of in-jokes. You'll get to know those as we go on. But thank you guys for joining us tonight. This has been awesome. So
Definitely like the Stilpy Studios YouTube channel, and you can follow us on Patreon as well.
say goodnight, Bug.
Good night.
Rue, say goodnight.
Good night, everybody.
Stacy.
Good night.
So you ready on the button?
I'm ready on the button.
Good night. Go make stuff.
Go Rockstar!